sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. I never found the right way to relate or take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live. I gotta stop doing that because I just threw my neck out. From the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence on this 5 February 2026 on the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. My host. This is Sergeant's Time. WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF moments, and of course in the gunner seat I got the Sprinky.
Hey y'all, I'm still alive. I'm
Ish. Man, you had like, I don't know, you had what, friggin', you had the crud.
Like the flu or something.
Yeah, the crud, flu, SARS, COVID,
and then, yes,
hermicillades,
I don't know,
all that shit.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Someone just stuck my face in the CDC's waste bin or something. I don't know. I had all of that. January is just a good month for me when it comes to that. It's like all the germs just seem to find me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah. Well, we got some packed people into his house. Welcome everybody. Yes. I see everybody in the chats. I see everybody in there. That's a new guy. I see Pip. I see PIQ. I see Branko. I see Marcellus. Oh man. Oh, I even see Hots and Cots in there. Oh, 5-year-olds approves of this opening. Thank you so much. That was that opening. Everyone asked. That was a joint collaborative Hollywood / Army wide. Send us your videos for the next edition of Sergeant's Time's opening, and then you guys provided. So what's up, Austin? Yeah.
Anyhow. Oh no, I don't even put it like that is a true compliment because 5-year-olds have no chill.
I was about to say, 5-year-olds will literally tell you what's up.
If you're messed up, they're going to tell you.
Yeah, that looks ugly, Dad. A 5-year-old straight up tell you, you better understand that when a 5-year-old tells you that you're ugly or that looks ugly or you look fat, they're so adorable especially when they tell you when you're fat.
Oh yeah.
Or you run too slow. Or
I do remember the girl was 5, or no, she was a little younger than that. She was about 3 or 4, and it was a coworker, and it was at like a organizational day, and it was a civilian coworker, and he was, he had a lot hanging over that belt line, and she went up and poked it.
Oh man. Yeah. No. I've had the little ones before. Well, I've had the kids when they were littler, when they were younger, and asked a lady when she was due. And
lessons get learned.
Yeah, exactly that. Just kind of like, oh man, you're so sweet. Oh yeah. She's like, oh no, I'm not pregnant at all. And I was like, oh, okay, we gotta go. See you guys later. It's just awkward as hell. But anyways, yeah. Hey, so real quick, we're gonna go over some updates and go into some I don't want to say deep conversations, but good conversations about what's been going on in Army news. Just real quick, and I'm going to screen cap this right quick just to show you guys also, because people have asked what has been going on with the OBGYN on Fort Hood. And so the Fort, just to give you an update, let me remove myself from the camera here right quick, and that way you guys can see that. Bam, there you go. Fort Hood doctor accused of filming patients without consent files to dismiss civil lawsuit brought by alleged victims in Bell County. Now, I mean, kind of like saying there ain't no fucking alleged. Everyone's got a video of you fucking recording them and shit. There is no there's no alleged this shit. So the former Army OBGYN Dr. Blaine McGraw. So once you get in trouble for something like that, it's just like how military leaders get suspended in command, like the Fort Sill garrison commander. Once you get on that once you get on that list or something like that, and your creds are in question, you should have the doctor removed. Like there should be some sort of removal to that, so that way you're not called a doctor anymore. You get their titles stripped or something like that. And so
there's got to be a way, like they have to be licensed. So I'm sure that you don't need it. He's not Dr. Nobody no more.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to be doctor of shit. So he has filed to dismiss the civil suit alleged that they have brought against him. In a handwritten motion to the court, he claims that the Bell County does not have the jurisdiction to hear the case, since he was an active duty officer in the Army and working in a medical facility at the time of allegation. See, that's another thing too. Why isn't the Army getting really involved? I understand there's a split between the two, handling it with the civil and handling it with the military, but I would think that this portion of it, he just should be in the Bell County jail just to be fucking jailed.
Right.
And then that's
just
it.
like every other Fort Hood prisoner. We don't have a jail here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have Charlie Chicken's farm like back in the day. And so you're just shut up. You're in jail. Your ass is going to get court-martialed, and you guys is going to get slammed. You know what I mean?
Well, if it's a civil suit, I'm assuming that that got brought on differently.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's not the criminal stuff that the Army's probably taking care of.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Saying that he feels like he said that there has been a tainting of the jury pool with repeated media appearances and false claims. I don't know, man. Everyone's got a lot of fucking video of alleged video, or we have seen alleged video and images from other social media outlets that have posted stuff already. So it's not like it's fucking, come on, man. It was like that's like the T, that right there. Everybody fucking knew that this shit was happening. So yeah. Anyways, close as soon as arrested.
I don't know. So if that does get dropped, like I said, it's just the civil stuff. So it's So just
No, you're right. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Civil shit. I need to drink more coffee. You're right. Supposedly he wants to he wants to fucking represent himself and shit. That's gonna be fucking kind of.
that's always a winner there for you.
Well, there's a saying, a lawyer who represents himself only. What was it? A lawyer who represents himself has a fool for a client or something like that.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So just saying. So that's the update of what's going on. Exactly that. Is it double jeopardy, civil and court martial? That's what I'm saying. Civil probably because there's going to be some some damages paid probably. Mm-hmm. Which that's what I'm saying. That's where I think the Army in the court martial system should have, and that's a good question there, Tab. Should have a the Ferris Act. Remember?
Civil side.
Yeah, the civil side. The Army, when the Army pays damages to families for whatever the fuck happens, even though it takes forever, even though the Ferris Act is not being fucking, whatever, it has been fucked up. Where the Army will play a claim. Hey, we understand that the families have gone through this. Now we're going to pay restitution on behalf of the U.S. government because he was acting on the behest of the U.S. government for what he fucking did. So here's $1 million, here's $1 million, here's $1 million. We understand that this is not going to, of course, take away from the pain that you have endured. But this is what just least we could do type shit. You know what I mean?
Right. But, again, we'll see. So hopefully they said if it does get dropped in Bell County, they're just going to have to refile like in a federal court or something.
Yeah. Or court martial his ass, and he gets sent to Fort Leavenworth forever and put under the as a USCMJ if military personnel got a civil suit, the military should still hold him accountable. Yeah. Wait, as a USMC vet, or you're saying as in UCMJ? I understand people mistype that sometimes, so I don't want to pick on your, Tab. I'm just saying that. Did you mean to type that, or? But.
Oh, I'm not sure. I was just reading the comment as well. Make sure I understand it's a military personnel, but I still see the.
I want to hear about his run times and PT score. Oof. That seems to be the way of that. That seems to be.
No, that's something we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah. Because about to say, might as well talk about that now. Might as well talk.
Yeah.
So that was just an update again. Well, there's two things that we're going to talk. Well, actually, two things that are going to be talking about performance and retention. And one of these is from Task and Purpose. Let me pull this screen up here. I was about to say they picked a guy on here that looks like he's just struggling on PT already. And I was like, dude, that's kind of mean, guys.
A little bit. Come on now.
It's an incentive program where soldiers are ranked in 4 levels or steps based on their job performance, perhaps even PT scores. So, I mean, when you think about it, isn't this getting back to where we kind of like, I don't know, this is the Army. You're supposed to be in shape. You're supposed to be.
I get that. All right. However, if they're going to tie that to MOS bonuses, if like I did read in there something, it's like technical, tactical, and PT. So as long as it's like, kind of evens out between the 3 of those, because I just like look at it like this. I would love for my doctor to reenlist. I do not give a fuck what his runtime is, but I do give a fuck what his technical expertise are.
True.
And, see what I'm saying? So as long as it is a good mixture of those 3,
yes,
I'm okay with it.
Spanky, they used to call that back in the day when we were in, they called that the whole soldier concept.
I know. Gosh, just because you can run fast doesn't mean that.
They used to call it
something real mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I know because I've been on both sides of that, and I know exactly how I was treated as a leader if I was injured or if I was outrunning my colonel. All right. When I was outrunning my colonel, all of a sudden I'm the best fucking NCO there is.
Right.
But as soon as I'm injured, all of a sudden I'm a fucking dirtbag.
Yeah, exactly.
You're fuck yourself. Guess what I can still do is run your S3.
Yeah. You're a profile ranger, dude. It was just a fucking ingrown toenail. Shut up. I'll be right back. I'll be outrunning the colonel again. So, for instance, an infantry soldier with an 11 Bravo MOS who reenlists for 4 years can earn a bonus of $27.75 if they are graded at the Step 1 level. But the infantry soldier who graded at Step 4, who signs for the same Year 4 contract, will be in line for a $3,700 retention bonus.
See, like I said, I'd have to like really see how they're breaking down these steps. Like, you got to be like graded all 3 to be Step 4. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Right.
You got to be graded 2 out of 3 for Step 3. Things like that. I'd be okay if it can't just be tied to skinny runners.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, go back to the comment we said before. I said before in a previous Sergeant's Time episode is like when someone has all the the hua is a mile wide but only an inch thick. Like you, like I know for a fact you could ruck. I know you could ruck. I mean, so there are individuals that can run like gazelles, but as soon as you put a rucksack on their back, they're running like that freaking tortoise on Bugs Bunny. They can't run. You know what I mean?
I will say that last time when I did competitively, they all look at me like, and I could not run anymore after that. Like, I was done with running. That was, at the last like 4 years of my career, and I could still outruck all of them because again, different. Like I still have cardio fitness. I just can't fucking run.
Right, exactly.
All the injuries.
So commanders will work with Army career counselors to place soldiers in one of the 4 steps. So again, you guys, I always remember back in the day when you're about ready to reenlist, and then the freaking they're trying to get you to reenlist and all this other stuff, but then the commander. They're like, wait, we got to get the commander to sign this document. And it was an actual document saying that you could authorize to re-enlist. And it was always done last minute. I never remember, as a matter of fact, any times that I've re-enlisted, I never remember, I have had no recollection of any fucking commander talking to me other than the fact that, all right, following personnel going to ETS from the first sergeant. The first sergeant's like, hey, headquarters platoon, who's going to re-enlist, blah, blah, blah. I need to talk to him, blah, blah, blah. Where do you want to go? And that's it, right?
I will remember. I know. I get what you're saying. I remember this happening once when I very first got to division headquarters when I was in first cav, and my retention NCO set up the appointment because the commander is supposed to cancel every single one of their soldiers on reenlistment, and that is the only unit I had ever been in out of my 20 years that did that.
Right.
And that was in 2001.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right before 9/11.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See.
So it rarely happens.
It rarely happens, but no, that's what I'm saying. But I could go through one of my old re-up binders, and I could find you're being counseled on reenlisting. I authorize this reenlistment to happen or extension to happen. Blah blah blah. Signed so and so. Lieutenant Colonel so and so. AV commanding or infantry commanding, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I could freaking sign this, and this is good to go, and I guess it go. I'm like, shit, you were supposed to be talked to the whole time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they're supposed to be actually counseling you, all of their soldiers. And
well,
you know how often that
I
happens.
mean, I think troops are going to be more interested in what their re-enlistment bonuses are going to be if they're going to get that money, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, again,
hey,
like,
sir, hey, here's
I'm
my-
all for it.
Yeah, exactly. Special operations cyber soldiers will get larger checks, of course. Those are more of the offset career fields. Of course, the cyber
Hard to fill.
Yeah, hard to fill. Technical, so PSYOP, SOP, Special Forces, Civil Affairs, Cyber.
Want them to stay in, takes longer to train them.
Manned and unmanned aircraft, construction engineering, and Intel. Intel as well. Intel. Why did I say Intel like that? And Intel. Welcome to and the Intel.
Well, and that just goes to the other side. All of these really technical MOSs, like the UAVs, the drones, and the cyber kids, and all of that. I mean, it does. Do we need them to be able to run as fast as we do the infantryman? Yeah, we really don't. Do they need to be in shape and run?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, well, the soft criteria has all those, and then the 75th Ranger Regiment and the 160th. Those kind of like, they're not big army. They're not.
No,
you know,
and
they're not.
different.
But that's different. They're not big army. They're held to a different standard, a higher standard, or different standard on what their training is. And
that's
then,
fine because that's all volunteer thing, and people have to want to go there. And
but
that's
cyber, but some of the cyber and intel stuff, you're right. I mean, some of them cyber weenies. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad. I'm happy that you're on our side. Some of the cyber people that I know, holy shit.
Yes.
Um,
For instance, this is pre 9/11. I mean, it was my buddy. Like, we were in the same unit together back when I was signal as young soldiers, and he was overweight. We had to come in for 6 years, you know, in that enlistment, for initial enlistment back then for that MOS, and he was overweight the entire time, and they did whatever they could. They were not kicking him out, and he got out at the end of his enlistment. They did not chapter him. He was overweight the entire time, but he was brilliant. I'm sure he still is brilliant. He's just making a lot more money on the civilian world.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. We talked about the fitness standards. We're talking about this. I know we're talking about, you know, the Secretary of War is already throwing out the no fat troops and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what, man. How many times have we done CTC rotation, Spanky, where you have that one squared away kid that could do no wrong? That knew how to network the S3 shop, that knew all the stuff, that this kid was rode hard and put up wet. And it's usually a buck sergeant or a specialist, and they will not chapter this kid, like you said, because he's just so fucking good at what he does that they're just kind of like, eh. Or commanders will keep these soldiers that was considered overweight, or, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think the ABCP is all fucked up anyways.
We know that.
And so I just think it's just skewed. It's wrong. It's whatever. It just needs to be redone, completely revamped, because some individuals that, you know, different shapes, heights, body types, and all that, somebody could be considered obese and they're fucking jacked. You know what I mean? Or they're thick. Same thing with women. You know, they are. we're gonna tape the biggest portion of your body, your ass, and not your waist, and say that's your body fat right there, your ass. I'm just saying about, you know, the irony of it. And so I just think it's funny that some of these commanders are afraid that if they chapter out all their fat soldiers that are like legit fat, like heavy obese troops, because they need them. I think also because they're afraid to report that we're short. That's my other tinfoil.
That and my other tinfoil, and that is they don't want to say how many, you know, fat kids they have in their formation.
You know, you're right.
Why aren't you doing fucking PT? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Yeah, that's another one too. What's up with your PT program? What's up with your? Oh man, it's a circle of life that everybody knows that happens. Sergeant Portneck is listening. Exactly. There's some big on the couch going, hell yeah, brother, preach it. I hate the tape. They're trying
that's my fat ass right here.
Exactly. Oh man, damn, you go, ass Spanky, you go, woo, yeah. Digging their hands at a freaking bucket of chicken, yeah. I had some KFC a couple days ago. I was just craving some KFC, man. Oh, I was. But anyways,
that is funny. Yeah, so did I. But anyway,
that's going on. I'm saying, yeah, we're going on chicken talk. Yeah, we're at WTF Radio Sergeant's Time, Chow Hall Hour with Hots and Cots. Do you like freaking KFC or no? Do you think KFC should be? Anyways, but I think there needs to be some truth in reporting as well.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about, okay, we got to be open. You got to talk about freaking, what your situation is with your troops. Hey, sir, here are the troops that are obese that I'm trying to get into some sort of something to, you could have an obese person that's shit hot at their job. They're just allergic to exercise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that what I mean? Yeah, true.
Those people probably shouldn't have joined, however, like they're allergic to exercise. This is not the career for those.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying.
I'm glad you mentioned that. There's always those that don't realize that this is not a 9-to-5 fucking job as well. There is an expectation that you have to be somewhat physically fit and maintain some sort of fitness standard for you to conduct your job as a soldier. There is the soldier left name tape, U.S. Army, right? That's what it means. Yeah. So I always hated the runs we're talking about. If you want to be an MP, you have to be thin. I mean, skinny and subjective when it comes to someone that is 6'6". Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm a short, stocky little dude. And so, I'm never going to get, I've always been, me and Spanky talking about this a few shows back. I've always been taped. Made it, but I've always been taped.
I've always been taped.
Yeah, I've always been taped. So because the Army considers, you're not the 6-foot Hulk, Captain America, dynamic looking guy. And that's it. I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna, but I can ruck, but I can somewhat run. I can run enough, but I can ruck far. But it's always funny seeing those guys that literally, just because you guys didn't do PT, brother, your whole, I
can read.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Some of your PT scores, do you even go to your unit to see what your guys are doing for PT? We had a PT test that focused on going to the gym, and still Big Sarge said, you can't go to the gym. You guys are just fucking off. I don't know what exercise you guys are doing. Meanwhile, there's kids that are outlifting their freaking leaders, Again, the dynamic circle of life of being a soldier. But again, there's just individuals that have to have if you're coming in the military, there's an expectation for you as a soldier to be physically fit, period. That's just it. That is, some people, believe it or not, some people pay thousands of dollars to have a physical fitness schedule, just like the Army gives you. You just have to exercise your leaders. Exactly. Tallest Mexican, shortest German. Yeah, dude. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. And of course, in addition to the, I never understood the runs, especially after Heartbreak, Agony, and Misery with 35-pound run. Oh, amen. The Heartbreak, Agony, and Misery are the names of the 3 hill or mountains that are at Fort Knox. I have two, Branco, trekked across those mountains, because I went to basic training at Fort Knox. So I was 5'6", 155 pound MP. I had to be taped because muscle mass. Yeah, muscle mass weighs. Yeah, and if you got a big donkey and a dump truck for an ass, you just.
Yeah, I never had the dunk, but I was always right at like between 5'8" and 5'9", just depending on how, I guess, decompressed my fucking spine was that day. And like I said, 5'8", 5'9", and right at 170 the whole fucking career. And I was only allowed to be 155, and it was never going to happen.
Right.
And at 170, I wear a freaking size 5. It's just like, no, I'm not fat. But whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I lived with it and moved on.
I mean, there was
collected my eating disorder. And
exactly. Y'all fucking make me want to freaking take all these shots and stuff. These new drugs. These magic injectables that people are taking to lose weight. And now leaders are saying that's not fair. Well, dude, if a soldier loses weight, then fuck it.
Nobody, I know. Like, why are you mad at him?
Yeah, why hating? Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't you paying for it, Army?
You ain't lying. That's a good idea. If the Army wants to go ahead and inject a bunch of shit in you anyways, that's not tested. At least let them do the fucking Ozempic or whatever the fucking shit they're doing.
Well, that's just it. The Ozempic and all that is not untested. It's just new the last few years to be using for weight loss. Diabetics have been taking it all the time because that's what it's for.
Right. What I'm saying. Yeah, so, that was my jab pun. No pun intended. My jab to the Army that if they're going to force jab something on you, at least do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like you said, it was untested. It's not untested for physical fitness. It was tested for diabetics. So that was my little joke. That was my little jab. No pun intended to the way we handle our vaxes. In addition to the high tech gigs, the Army's trying to keep armor crewmen. Speaking of Fort Knox, well, no, it's not Fort Knox anymore. At the Army's M1 Abrams tank, but the bonus is only offered to privates at Fort Riley, Kansas, and Fort Bliss, Texas. And everyone's like, ew, how come that? Well, guys, those are where the tanks are at.
I mean,
please tell your families that when you join the Army, just because there is a military installation that's near you does not mean you'll be stationed there just because you see a bunch of green suiters running around. That's not how it works.
yeah.
Absolutely
not.
PIQ says, I have a whole conspiracy, and I do find that the weight drug sketch connected to manufacturers of Valerium. Wow. Some of those were just recalled. Oh, damn. That fucking sucks. Well, there you go. There you go. Guys, sucks to be you. Oh, man. I hope it's not Ozempic. These chicks have been stoking out. Do you mean stroking out or stoking out? Now they're pumping her with formaldehyde to keep her kidneys from working those. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Tab. Yeah.
Yes, Tab, sorry. That's awful.
Yeah, that is awful.
And unfortunately, like I said, I do know like every vaccine, in anything you inject, there's always going to be people that have awful reactions to it. And I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, I remember we talked about this before. You're vax exempt on some as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because of
I can't take the smallpox. I can't take because the first time when I got it, it caused a awful reaction. Like it looked like I had freaking smallpox on my chest and everything. So again, that's one that I am exempt from, and it came up again, like because it was put in some records, but not all. So you have to get smallpox every 10 years. So I just figured it was a one-time thing, and then it came up again. I had to go dig that stuff out because I'm like, yeah, you're out your damn mind if you were going to put that anywhere.
Right.
Near me. Sorry.
Say, how is it? Oh, okay. Here we go talking about the jab again. How is it that was acceptable to bring up, but the other stuff couldn't be brought up? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. Anyways. Do we still want to talk about recruiting and intent? Yeah, let's continue with this stuff. Let's continue the recruiting because we got more recruiting drama to go. And this stuff,
always some recruiting drama.
Always with some recruiting and retention drama. This
with content.
Yeah, exactly. The drama keeps us with content. Again, another article for Task and Purpose. This is from Patty Nyberg. She did the other one too. Love Patty. Army recruiting waivers for mental health will be approved at lower levels.
I get it.
Yeah. So, waivers for recruits with mental health exemptions will be handled by 2 3-star commanders who directly oversee street recruiters. Now, I'm glad you guys are in the chats there, Recruiter Times. What do y'all think about this? You guys can feel free to comment in there. But some of the stuff that kind of interests me in this is conversations that we've had about mental health, behavioral health, treatment of behavioral health, treatment of mental health, soldiers that are currently serving with behavioral health issues, mental health issues that are in hiding. But now you're seeing they're being waived coming in, and also the discussion of what is considered mental health. What is the case? What is considered the case of mental health issues or a mental health waiver? Because I know that likes to keep.
Or is it every diagnosis that needs to be that gets knocked down, or is there some that go all the way up? Because again, I talked about it. Like I get the side where so many kids are medicated or with some type of mental health drug today for things like ADHD and autism or whatever it is, and they get put on any kind of medication and they have to see a psychiatrist to get that medication. Then it's like, oh, now all of a sudden that's a mental health issue. Like we all, like our age, we all had these same issues. It's just we had to like raw dog it. There is no such thing as Adderall or Wellbutrin or any of these other meds that now trigger that, oh, well, this is a depression drug or this is a mental health drug and now it needs a waiver. So I can get those. Like that really doesn't always need to go up. If the kid was on, like, you're on drugs from when you were like in kindergarten till 6th grade, okay, I don't think that needs to go up that high as a waiver. If it's been 10 years since, you've been on anything. But
right.
Again, who makes that decision on which things need to go higher and which don't?
Well, it was January 22nd. The Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, rescinded a 2020 directive that gave the office the authority to approve or deny waivers for recruits with mental health conditions or misconduct. Now, Yeah, exactly, Pip. This sounds like a trap.
Mm.
This, you know, because I'll be honest with you, I think the assessments and the standards of fitness for soldiers to come in is dated as well. Like there needs to be a good review of okay, here we go. We're gonna see what are we. You know, there's some things like stuff that that affected the population back in the day aren't affected the population now. And you bring up a good point, because there's some individuals that are, for me, I see it as the individuals that are in hiding, that have behavioral health issues, that seek treatment off post, not on the books, and they are taking medication, not in the books. And so now is this the opportunity to go, oh shit, well, they're waivering these individuals to come back in. So maybe I can come out and say, hey, I have these behavioral health issues, blah, blah, blah. I am taking this medication, and I've been flying, or I've been involved in high critical jobs and stuff like that, and they've been functioning just fine. Does that mean that this
sounds familiar?
Yeah, doesn't it? Does it open up another Pandora's box of how what's considered a mental health issue and not a mental health issue?
And what's considered, what can you serve with and what can you not serve with on these mental health issues?
Exactly.
You know, that all really does need to be relooked.
Yeah. Because
didn't we just kick out a whole bunch of people for a mental health issue?
Are you talking about,
that's in quotes.
Whoa. Are you talking about, yeah. And that brings up another point too. We just, like you said, we just kicked out thousands of trans soldiers of a mental health issue. And now other mental health issues like I said,
and all of those trans were doing their job.
They were doing just fine.
Yeah.
They were doing just fine. Obviously, the ones that were med-boarded for behavioral health were obviously gone through the processes and stuff like that. But that was considered a mental health issue that put them out. So then, you know, fucking what? So now that meme of that dude going, "Am I a joke to you?" Now the trans soldiers are like, wait a minute, you kicked me out for behavioral health or mental health issues, but now you're bringing in individuals that, you know, are punching fucking drywall and taking 15 different types of fucking treatment. Remember that one soldier that we talked about on air that people got mad because they found him in a goddamn wheat silo because he had Asperger's? Yeah. Are we talking about that? Are we gonna open up the whole fucking, you know, what about individuals who are going through processes of like, for instance, addiction and stuff like that? Is that a mental health issue too?
I mean, you know, it's all what's in the DSMs. You know, like if it's in there, is it considered mental health? Now it all has to be waived.
Yeah. I'm just seeing from this time that we've been in and seeing the surge soldiers come in.
Oh yeah.
And then seeing the surge soldiers come in, and then watching the Army cut behavioral health specialists. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you think about, you know, someone, Holly says autism is not mental health. It doesn't matter how it's bracketed. It's the treatment of it, Holly, that the military has to deal with.
How the Army views it.
How the Army views it and how the Army has to deal with it. Not the outside portion of it, but the Army sees it a specific way. And you're going to get treatment for it? Are you going to, Tab says, I know you can get state disability for addictions like alcoholics. Yeah.
I mean, you can get VA disability for alcoholism. So
right. And she says that too as well. State disability. So again, what's considered better health, behavioral health and mental and also criminal records that are being waived.
All right.
How many individuals have we kicked out of the Army for the charges that they were received before they were waived in?
Mm-hmm. And another thing, like, okay, so what kind of criminal charges? Are we surge criminal charge waiving or what? You know, like, I'm just curious. Those are my questions. Yeah. Is it a criminal charge that this kid got caught shoplifting when he was 12 and he wanted the fucking Snickers bar? Okay, I think I'll have that kid as a soldier just fine. Is it the one, I don't know, murdered his sister? Like, I know that's extreme.
Yeah, gotcha.
But still, it's like, where is that line?
Yeah, where is that line coming from? And it's going to be given down to 2-3 stars now, right? It's going to be given down to the the hands of the commanders who oversee the street level recruiting, right? So it's not going to go up and so like you said, so all those soldiers that we just threw out for name your whatever criminal activities are going to what? So they can they come back in? Can they come back in after they got waived from whatever this new policy is going to be? So
I have way more questions than answers right now. with this.
right, exactly. So if you're willing to serve with a record, let them. They should be made. They should be asked for a presidential pardon. An expungement's just fine, Holly. It doesn't have to go that big. There, you just drop the charges are dropped. See, that's the thing too. There was a lot of soldiers that get kicked out.
What record?
Yeah,
what is the record?
Exactly.
Is it for sexual assault? Yeah, no, we don't want you.
Right.
All right.
But there are soldiers. Yeah, but there are soldiers that have gone to court and they have had charges dropped or have been pardoned or whatever, and they still get kicked out of the Army because they considered, Army standard is that you weren't supposed, even though you got dropped.
Oh yeah, and that happens with DUIs all the time.
Right.
Like, that's what a big one. Like, they'll chapter a soldier for DUI and the charges get dropped and all this because there's always something that like if they messed up or they're like, oh, we're not going to prosecute, or there was no injuries, whatever, just like I said, they can do also, here's a fine instead.
What about domestic violence? What about domestic violence? You know what I mean?
That's the Lautenberg Amendment. So sorry. No, you're not here.
Is it dropped by the court or is it dropped? See, that's the thing too. If that's what trips me out. Sometimes I think the military is lazy when it comes to court martials and the UCMJ, when it comes to like, look, put it through the UCMJ, go through that shit. If he gets fucking busted, he gets busted. Some of the other individuals are saying that, oh, well, yeah, exactly that. Majority of military leaders don't even understand. Thank you, Wayne. I was about ready to say that. Majority of military leaders don't even understand mental health or medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
These were the same individuals that would not sign off on your med board as a, I don't know, combat engineer or artillerist, but they thought they knew more than you when it came to your own body shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, you don't even have the same parts as me. Shut up.
yeah, right. Exactly. That's another thing too. Yeah. I don't know what processes a woman out as far as a guy is processed out. So the change, quote, permanently returns the approval authority for mental health and major misconduct waivers to an appropriate 3 or 2-star levels within the respective recruiting commissioning organizations, Army officials told Task and Purpose. And so the decision is because the Army hits its recruiting goals for 2 straight years, the success that reversed a 2-year slump, and a major revamp of the Army's $1 billion recruiting enterprise. I'm going to say that had nothing to do with the Army's recruiting program. I have not seen in the last 5 years anything that would make me want to join the Army. I have had family members that had like, they're not watching commercials or anything like that. They're like, oh yeah, okay, it looks like another TikTok video.
Yeah, no.
That's not making me want to join. You know what I mean? All the Be All You Can Be stuff. I mean, it was a little bit, they should have just kept rolling with that Be All You Can Be and had different versions of it or something.
No, they could have, but again, it is not like they do not. For one, I'm just being honest because they do not pay enough to get kids in anymore.
No,
at a starting level, they don't. It's simple as that.
Well,
yeah, they're going to have to raise that pay a lot to for that to be an incentive.
Correct.
Because that's not the incentive anymore.
Well, you see our freaking. You look at our collab app, Hots and Cots.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna put me in those barracks? I'm gonna eat that food
and pay me worse shit.
And take my BAH. You're gonna feed me that, or not feed me at all. In some occasions, some defects are gonna be closed, and you're gonna take my chow money for that, and I'm not gonna eat or eat crap food. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, yeah. Everyone likes to, and I will say this will be. I'm gonna do a little bit of a point there on the on a Monday edition topic. The administration likes to take claim for it, but they were using the last administration's numbers, and I think that's the problem. We've not had a sit down. Where did we look? Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we've ever seen any. Remember that we used to post, Spanky, on Sergeant Sign. We used to post freaking arts and crafts from what the recruiting commands would post of numbers and all this stuff. And we thought, we didn't post the actual numbers, but we post the upward trends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've ever seen it. I think we've seen it in like what, fucking 4 or 5 years now. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the Army's just like saying, fuck it. I'm just going to do what I want. Last administration and this administration, and not talk about exact numbers. I don't want to be poopy face, but I think that we're
right. I'm actually looking to see if I can find
like
some data, and I found some, but not like we used to see.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We used to get it. We used to get it from. Recruiter Times used to have it posted all the time. We would get the information as well. Pip, What they need are new uniforms. Yeah, that'll improve morale. Yeah. Or a blue book. Yeah, there you go. In 2017, the Army instituted waiver rules similar to the Driscoll. Secretary of the Army Driscoll approved last month, putting officials at USAREC in charge of considering mental health recruiting waivers. A USA Today reporter got their hands on the memo, queried the service, and published an article. Army lifts ban on waivers for recruits with history of some mental health issues. We just want to know. The recruiters are using AI to blow up. Oh my God. Did you know did you know that a quarter of the traffic that comes in U.S. Army W.T.F moments are AI videos that people are actually believing are happening?
Oh my God, I'm so over that. Like, this is the only reason why I want AI banned. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Look, if you want to make a cool meme or something like that, it looks like a Mad Magazine cartoon, then of course it's fun, right? Like you said. Perfect. But I don't
like it when people are trying to pass it off as something real.
Right. Especially the videos of confrontations of cops or confrontation in the military or something like that. It's bad enough that we have soldiers posting shit in uniform as it is. We don't need AI to fucking keep going. Insomniac says, I think a lot of people are looking at the military, see all the bullshit, and say to themselves, would I put myself through that? I think the incentive needs to be higher. Amen to that, Insomniac. Or their kids. Or their kids. Okay, so that was those are the two recruiting topics that we were like Mossad with C4 Nitro. What are you talking about, Wayne? What did I miss something? That was you in the right chat talking about the Mossad and shit. I don't know. This ain't the Monday edition, man. We ain't talking about Epstein.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's Ixnay on the Mondays.
Yeah, Ixnay on the Mondays, exactly. I would suggest capping the VA home loan at fixed interest rate with sub 3. I guarantee that would be a good incentive as well.
I agree. Again, it is something very doable that really won't cost the VA or the government as much money as it would the private industry. So yeah, that is a better incentive.
I guarantee it. If you said for right now, if you were to join the military, your first, no, actually everybody who's joining the military from here on out, whether it be D. Treasy or the next person coming in to take his place, if you were to say, if you join the U.S. military, your pay will be tax-free the entire enlistment that you join from here until you retire or until you get out, tax-free pay, I guarantee it, you'd see a surge in recruitment. And I guarantee the VA support, because right now what we're seeing is that soldiers are not allowed to continue their transition services about a year out because of those bullshit fucking rotations in Europe and those freaking the CTC rotations that they just can't for some reason the units just can't manage that shit.
Well, and they don't see the long-term effects of that either. Those soldiers all get out, and where do they go? Home. All right. And then they're not much older than the kids that they're trying to recruit. And they go home and they tell them, well, yeah, I wasn't able to do this. This was fucked up. This, and this, and this. And then they're unemployed because they didn't have any fucking time to find a job.
Yeah.
So that is what you'll see. The other kids I ain't fucking doing that.
Yeah.
I'll keep my job at McDonald's. I make $20 an hour at McDonald's now.
Yeah.
So what the fuck am I gonna go make $20 in the Army?
Oh, remember we got a lot of shit for somebody saying that the Army is actually part and parcel to the large percentage of homeless vets. People got mad about that because I said that. I'm like, no.
That is why Congress made it a law that we had to have a year out to do SFL TAP. Yeah. That is the literal reason it is a law, because it was costing too much money in unemployment benefits. Yeah, every single thing goes back to money, and that's what it was.
And Big Sarge, it's all your fault, Big Sarge.
And because Big Sarge didn't have enough money, he's mad.
Yeah, exactly. Because Big Sarge didn't get that.
He's fucking with me.
Yeah, so think about that. Think about it. Big Sarge will get pissed off if he finds out you're coming in here with tax-free money and 3%, VA loans, blah, blah. I don't think you should back when I came in, we had to pay for our stuff. You know what I mean?
Have a VA.
We didn't have a VA. Yeah, back in the day, we didn't have VA. We didn't have boots. We had to wear friggin', whatever, dude. Yeah, flip-flops or some shit. Yeah. Shower shoes or flip-flops. Yeah. Or pig chunkless. But anyways, yeah. So it's I don't know. I don't know, other than the fact that blowing up the phones. What are you talking about, dude? Tax free is the Wayne, what are you talking about? Mossad and blowing up phones. We know about what happened with blowing up beepers and phones and stuff. We know about that. I don't know what. Am I looking at the? Are you in the right chat, dude? Are you supposed to be in a group chat that you're messaging and you're just accidentally hitting us? Is that what it is? Because you're like talking about Mossad and blowing up phones at C4. So you want people to have C4? Is that what you're saying? Do you think people having C4 for military incentive?
That could be an enlistment incentive. Here's your block of C4.
Yeah. No, you get a box.
Basic will give you another.
Yeah, and your CIF you can take for life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Fuck it. Whoopies, we're in.
Yeah, exactly. Your CIF you get to keep because there's some shit that did you know that when you turn in some of the stuff, well, of course you know this, that some of the stuff that you turn in CIF for all you civilian listeners is that is that the Army will take stuff that they no longer issue, that's no longer in the system, and they'll take it from the soldiers and make them turn it in. And if they lose it, they'll pay for it, only for them to destroy it when they turn it in. That's they should let you keep it. Like oh, we don't sell this, we don't have this in our inventory anymore.
And that is the kind of stuff, and like I said, not a Monday thing, but that is the kind of stuff. If you have a government efficiency type of program that really needs to be looked into, all the things that are so inefficient. Not we have too many people. No, that's not it. So yeah, it's little things like that.
So you want to investigate CIF?
Not just CIF, but all of the government very inefficient processes that wind up costing time and money.
Right.
Like how much time would that soldier have to spend if he had to go look for it? He had to do this, and and the CIF is doing the paperwork on it.
Right.
That could all be spent doing other more productive things.
That's true.
And that is the kind of shit that efficiency. Yeah.
Yeah. I say so you're gonna I was about to say investigate
and it's
CIF.
Not just that. That's in every single process I have ever been a part of in the military. Has some bullshit that could be cut out. It's it's and not just the military, anything to do with the government, any government agency. It's that's what needs to be fixed.
Right.
Is how shit is done. And then once you fix how shit is done, you will see if you really have too much people.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, see, they tried that with Doge, but people got butthurt at Doge because Doge wasn't saying exactly what they were doing. They weren't saying what they were doing,
and they didn't come in with a scalpel. And if they did, then I don't think anybody would have had a problem with them saving the government, which is saving us money. But you can't just say, "Well, cut out 50,000 people or whatever." Just because you've only been here so long. Well, they've just fucking hired them. They probably fucking need them.
Right.
But
that was the reason why
I got a little Monday-ish.
No, that hasn't. No, but you're right. But think about it. If we doged CIF and CIF, and see, that's the thing too. It's always, you and I being in working in operations and working in 3 shops and stuff like that. We see IPRs and progress reviews of how things are going while something is happening. And I think that's why the American public and the veteran community and soldiers coming in and all that, they're just right now, according to them, everything's bad. Trump's bad. Hegseth is bad. The left is bad. Biden's bad. That's all they're getting bombarded with, but they're not seeing anything being done in progress. Like, we're doing this right now. We're getting rid of this shit. No more fat bodies. No more beardos. Blah, 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 blah. And then soldiers are like, okay, was there a problem with beardos? Was there an issue with... Was there an issue with this stuff? Okay, well, now we're bringing in people who we have people who want to be mentally competent, but the Army's saying we're going to let people in with mental waivers.
Right.
So
as long as you don't have a beard, you can.
Right. As long as you have a beard.
No beard.
Oh man, that's coming back too. All the drama about beards and shit. Jesus Christ.
Oh God. So much. Again, that doesn't reflect your soldiering ability, in my opinion.
No.
If you have a beard.
CIF. Well, let's talk about CIF. I think Doge. I think Doge should go into CIF to see how much fraud, waste, and abuse. It's not the other way around. I cringe when I hear people say, waste, fraud, and abuse. I'm like, it's fraud, waste, and abuse.
What? Who says that?
Oh, it's
straight to jail.
It's straight to jail. Exactly. Nobody. People who are not in the know. That's how I know people are not experienced or understand the lingo. You know what I'm saying? As the kids would say, they don't understand the Riz or something like that. What are the kids are saying now?
Riz is charisma.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you gotta be up with the lingo, right? So it's fraud, waste, and abuse. And I think if Doge were to go into any CIF of an installation and be like a silent customer, what do they call that? Fucking silent shopper or some shit.
A secret shopper.
Or something like that, and just go in like undercover boss and just go in as a soldier with that, and just here, take this paper and all this, and put this thing on you, and put a recorder on you with a mic, and then you go in there and turn in your shit. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
and then see what happens. And then from that process, have an auditor come in from Doge to say, all right, now you just collected shit that's no longer in the military's inventory. What do you do with it? And then that individual and that person should not be held to any scrutiny because he or she is just doing a job at the facility. And then here you go. Here's what we do with all of our old shit. And then the question would be, well, why are you just not giving it? Why are you not just giving it to the troops? Just give it to the troops. Because then it's going to cost money to
if
get
you're
rid
going
of
to
it.
throw it away, yes, exactly. Then the soldier's going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You just saved a whole fucking bunch of money trying to destroy it too.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck. Why is that not common sense? I don't know.
Stop. You just said that word, the two words.
I said that word.
you
I'm
said
not allowed
common
to have.
sense. Yeah, the two words that the military struggles with is common sense. Speaking of common sense, finally coming back around with common sense on an awarding of a Medal of Honor. You guys have heard about this?
Yes.
Staff Sergeant Michael Ollis, his parents announced that he will be awarded a Medal of Honor for saving a Polish soldier from a suicide bombing. I mean, this. If you guys hear the story about this stuff, it's incredible. It's going to be posted on the main page at U.S. Army W.T.F Moments on the article rotator. And this is like, I mean, I heard the story, but I've never, I heard of the story, but I didn't know the specific details of it and all that. And so other than the fact from what people have said and the event that happened around it, but this is good news. I know there's a lot of medal. I know because when we had CSM retired Dan Pinion come on and talk about Sergeant Quick. Give the old shit to your enemies. Ooh, that's a good point.
Hey,
you know how the losers of Super Bowl teams, their shirts get donated to kids in Africa. That's pretty funny. Yeah, they should do the same thing. I don't know. I'm about to say. I'm about to say if they're giving them to our enemies, give them all that digital camo shit, the universal combat pattern. So, anyways, Michael Ollis' parents revealed that President Trump is going to award the Medal of Honor. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for putting himself between a suicide bomber and a Polish soldier, which Poland has actually, I think they erected like a statue or a monument or something like that for Sergeant Ollis. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for his bravery, and it was Tuesday that the Michael Ollis Freedom Foundation, a nonprofit founded in honor of Ollis, announced that his parents spoke with President Trump, who had informed them that their son's award would be upgraded to Medal of Honor. So again, I love hearing these upgrades to these stories because this right here is something that. Exactly like the Afghan withdrawal. No, this was something. This was a base. This was a base attack, if I can remember.
That was he was replying to the give the old shit to your enemies.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
The
comments are flying in here. So
yes, they're going a little fast. I'm trying to keep up.
Ollis was deployed to Afghanistan with the 1st Brigade Combat Team 10th Mountain when insurgents launched a complex attack on FOB Ghazni. The enemy used vehicle-borne explosive device, suicide vests, indirect fire, and small-arm fires, according to Ollis's Distinguished Service Cross citation. After ordering his soldiers to take cover, Ollis went back into the building to check for any casualties and advanced toward the enemy, and which had breached the base perimeter of the citation states. Ollis and Cherpika, the Polish soldier, linked up with friendly forces. They had begun to push insurgents back from the base's airfield and adjacent buildings, moving from one position to another while under constant fire from small arms and rocket-propelled grenades. When they reached the base's perimeter, an insurgent wearing a suicide vest came around the corner and began firing at them. And this is from the citation. With complete disregard for his own safety, Staff Sergeant Ollis positioned himself between the insurgent and a coalition forces officer who had been wounded in both legs and was unable to walk. The citation states, Staff Sergeant Ollis fired on the insurgent and incapacitated him, but as he approached the insurgent's suicide vest detonated, mortally wounding him. Man, that's a fucking that story right there, man. Definitely deserved.
Yes.
So congratulations to the family. I know we can't bring Mike back, but hey, his a Medal of Honor recipient right there. His story will be told in the Hall of the Heroes at the Pentagon, or stories for Medal of Honor discussions and LPD. So I mean, I think this could be no greater honor. I couldn't even imagine. Dude. I mean, where do we find such men and women to do this shit? You know what I mean? This is just incredible. So I had best friends of my platoon in that attack, visited the base a week after. The phone call was awesome. His sister was all hyped up. Definitely a Trump family. Was it a Divide attack on Ghazni? It was a multiple attack, like I was saying. I think this is the same one that a Special Forces NCO got a Medal of Honor for.
I think because when I saw the story, I'm like, why does this all sound so familiar? Because I could, I'm like, and I'm looking for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just like, I hate that saying better late than never, but at least they did finally get this done because it's definitely well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
I hate, it's one of those things that you like are sad that their parents are the one that are putting it out and everything, but because again they're the ones that have dealt with this so I hope it just brings them something. I don't even know what.
Yeah, somebody just sent me and said, yes, this was the same same event that Master Sergeant Plumlee did receive the Medal of Honor because at the same time Plumlee, despite being wounded by a detonating suicide vest himself, he regained his bearings and then engaged the enemy. And he ran to the mortally wounded Sergeant Ola. So he met up with him. He linked up with him, who died shielding the Polish soldier, and carried him to safety, rendered first aid, and then he organized 3 coalition members in a defensive stance and cleared the area and remained. So he using his body to shield. His story is incredible too. I mean, we talked about this on Sergeant's time before when he was awarded the Medal of Honor, because that was about the same time that was the same time that Sergeant Alwyn Cash got his, and Chris Solis got his as well at that ceremony. So yeah, that was incredible. Just man, how could you exactly that, Wayne? We need more people like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, so congratulations to the family of Sergeant Mike Olis, man. This to me is one of those things that where you can't you can't even talk about it enough. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, they had a 400-pound ID at the AU airfield and they attacked the gate on the other side. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an incredible story.
Yes.
So, what's? Oh, you see something. I see something in chats. What'd you put in the chats?
Oh, I'm sorry. What I put in the chats was the numbers we were looking for earlier for the recruiting.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So yes, as what I could find. So it's not as easy to digest as it once was, but it's still there. Just hard to find.
Right. Yeah, I was about to say
we don't have any arts and crafts. There's no arts and crafts.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't see any arts and crafts in this shit. What's up with that, dude?
No. I don't have time to make arts and crafts.
Yeah, okay, we'll drop it in the chat.
I want a pre-made arts and crafts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there you go. I just dropped it. I dropped it on the YouTube pages and the Facebook pages in the chats, so that way you guys can see where the ratios and stuff like that. But yeah, you really don't see much of a, because when we had arts and crafts, we were able to see. Oh, okay,
right.
From that. All right, my apologies. Didn't mean to post that. Okay, there we go. I think that's it.
Where's the lemon pledge?
Yeah, let's break out the lemon pledge.
I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Okay. We do got lemon pledge left.
Grab the lemon pledge. This is Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky, of course, and we have FTX and weekend co-ops for the weekend shows, The King and Me, and the Monday edition on Monday. How rude.
Wait, we have some.
How rude am I?
We skipped a day.
Yeah, we skipped a day. Let me rewind that. Okay, so this is Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. And then we have FTX with the crew of Pop Culture Warrior and W.T.F Moments and W.T.F Nation Radio playing tabletop games. And then we also have weekend co-ops with Nemo hosting his stream with other gaming collaborations with like Regiment and W.T.F Nation Gaming. Yes, we got W.T.F Nation Gaming too. What else? What else? And then that's on Saturday. Sunday, we've got a new Sunday show. Have you guys paid attention to the Monday edition? You guys saw our great the great guest that we had, who is now part of the team, Dr. Ariel Jordan, Dr. J. We're going to have the reset with Dr. J. Dr. J is going to be on to talk about behavioral health. She is a certified behavioral health. She's a licensed therapist, all that stuff. Let me cover my ugly mug here. Hang on, let me open this up so you guys can see the graphics. There we go. She's going to be on Sundays at noon Eastern Standard Time. been a minute since we had a daytime show from the days of Liquid Lunch back in the day. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the taco truck.
And the taco truck, Liquid Lunch days.
Yes.
Those were the days. So now on noon Sunday, Dr. Ariel Jordan, licensed therapist, to talk about behavioral health. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. She's going to be on to Shoot the Breeze. So the graphic will get updated. Don't freak out. You will see how come you guys do different. There will be different graphics. That's going to be on Sunday at noon. So remember, Sunday at noon. In all seriousness, did they have to go through IPS-A to start the MOH process, or is there a cutoff process where I had to do? Sorry, I'm late. I was at dental. What I miss? Who's that? There we go. W.T.F moments and admins are paying attention. There you go.
Always fucking off at dental.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, it's JJ. He likes to have coffee and then go to dental and then he likes to purposely get his breath stinky for the dentist. Anyways, so she's going to be talking about. She's a licensed therapist. So any of the stuff that you guys want to talk about, there's going to be an email for you guys to hit starting now. Hit the reset at WTFnationradio.com. And they will all be given to her. She will be able to field your questions. Anything that has to do with behavioral health, resources to contact. And of course, we're pumped because she is, she's a therapist, just not your therapist. So she can only give advice that is well within your well within the purview of her for advice and stuff like that. Again, she'll walk you through it when she does her first show. Great conversation that we had on Monday, on the Monday edition. So it was good stuff. Okay, so now the Monday edition. Now we can talk. Mondays is the actual King Smith and Michelle Early, from also known as The King and Me. I like to watch that show because I like to think, and that show is like soothing, quiet relationship stuff, and I'm like, damn, I should have done that. As a divorce enthusiast, I'm like, fuck.
People really probably should be watching that.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man, I could have, man. So when King and Michelle come on and shoot the shit and do their show, I love their show. It's a great talk. They have great conversations and stuff like that. And then of course the Monday edition, myself and Massey, that dude that's a singer / media. Hey, Massey is he does a lot of stuff on the road. So hey, when he comes in and gives us his commentary on the Monday edition, because it's all news, commentary, and discussion. And then Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior with Mike Carrasquillo, also known as CQ. The Pop Culture with his angry staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. The Sports Bar. The Sports Bar is going to be a little bit on break for a second. I'm sorry, not the Sports Bar. The Smoke Pit. I'm fucking it all
Smoke
up.
Pit, yeah.
The Smoke Pit. I wanted to put that in the forefront. I read out a turn. The Sports Bar with the actual King Smith and Coach. Of course, what do you hear? What do you say? And then the Smoke Pit's going to be on a little bit of a break until there's going to be. It'll come back on, but just give it a second. And of course, me and Spanky on Sergeant's Time. So I think that covers most of it. Broadcasting live on 5 different platforms, 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and X at WTF Nation Radio. Yes, I can say that in one breath. Hey, Spanky and TZ in the Smoke Pit, man. I'm gonna wear my.
I don't think this world is ready for me and TZ together.
I was about to say.
You have been around me and TZ together.
Yes. I've also served you guys some tacos when you guys were pretty antsy and jumping up and down.
Yes, when we were visiting Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. I still have my "I'm with Bitches" T-shirt that you guys got for me.
Yes,
that was fun. That was a fun time. What was that for a concert? Right? That was a concert.
Yeah, because it was for my birthday. I went up there to see George Strait.
Yeah, that's right. It was a George Strait concert, and I was providing you guys security and logistical support and all that.
Logistics.
Yeah, logistics. Yes, PIQ.
Make sure we were fed.
I made sure I was. I feed them. I know how to.
Fed,
yeah, fed. Yep, safe and fed and secured and escorted and all that. It was a good time. George Strait, Amarillo by morning. Anyways.
And it was nice weather.
Yes,
and I got to enjoy it without sweating my ass off.
Yeah, without sweating your ass off or freezing your balls off in there in at what is it, Mile High or whatever they call it, stadium or whatever.
It was perfect.
But it was a good time. So
I digress.
Yeah, we digress. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna put the "I'm with Bitches" T-shirt in my rotation of T-shirts that I wear.
Fuck yeah!
And then that way I can. I will that because if I ever get lost, remember I'm with Bitches. And so, Anyway, make sure you share, like, and follow. Do you got anything, Spaggy, you want to talk about? Anything?
No. Just sweet dreams, everybody. I'm glad to be back. I've missed y'all.
Yeah, same here. Glad you're back too. Share, like, and follow. Of course, hit the thumbs up, as the kids say, and subscribe. And shots. Y'all have a good one. See ya.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push-ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle buddies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Souls and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.